Already, it's Ross Raven, also known as Nefarious Yordle, and I'll be going over your League of Legends gameplay. So, let's get right into that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain while we load in some stuff. The most core fundamental concept in all of League of Legends clearing jungle camps. Namely, let's say you auto-attack. You have Xin Zhao on one side, and you have, let's say, blue buff on the other one. Now, at the start, you can auto-attack, and the blue buff won't do anything until you finish autoing. So the auto-attack consists of a few stages. You trigger the command, then it starts channeling it, then it gets to a point where it starts doing the animation, and then you finish the animation and it launches. Now, with some champions, the animation might be 30 frames, and then the uncancelable part might be 20 frames, which means you can cancel 10 frames, right? With Xin Zhao, though, as soon as your spear lands, the animation is practically over, so the amount of frames you can save by canceling your command, well, I mean, it's not that big, but you do need to move anyway. It's not really about the frames if you think about it. You just need to look at when the spear connects, and then you just move back, if that's when you want to move. You don't always want to move at this point. But this is a potential moment where you can do this action, right? This is the setup for this to happen. Now, you auto-attack the blue buff at the start. If you didn't have E, you could literally auto-attack and move back, right? But because we are not really, we want to use E, we want to maximize for time, right? We want to be the fastest possible. We don't want to have the most health possible. Health is a corollary after we do a pretty fast clear. We can maybe look for improvements in terms of health. But for now, we're just focused on speed. So what happens is we auto-attack. Our auto-attack is ready, right? So if you E, your E increases the amount of time, or decreases the amount of time that your auto is spent on cooldown. So let's say you do an auto attack. So your auto attack is ready. You do an auto attack here. Then it's this is auto attack start, and this is auto attack end, and then this is the auto attack cooldown. And then you start your AA auto attack here again, right? So this is just a loop. Now, what the E does, the E mostly gets its value from reducing part of this auto cooldown, right? This is the biggest deal of the E. The E just reduces this like by quite a large margin. So now it's like this portion is reduced, right? This is value that you gain from E, right? So this amount of time is what you save because of E. So you could convert time to gold, right? You could say that 60 seconds is 500 gold. That would be average in low elo game if you're playing well. So that would be just about, if you just take this, right? So that means you're getting just about 8 gold per second, right? So in 10 seconds, you gain roughly 83 gold, right? So 83 gold would put you at 6 times 83. That's 498. That's pretty close, right? That's pretty damn close. So if we put 498 in here, right? Then that means 1 second is exactly equal to 8.3 gold. Isn't this some fun arithmetic? So what that means for us is that this E, this cooldown that we save, is converted to quite a bit of gold every single time you auto attack. So let's say if E gives you 40% attack speed, right? And you have 0.73 right now, right? That means you went from 0.73 to 1.13. Essentially, that means you're going. The way you can look at it, it means that in one auto frame, like you're gonna spend 1 over 0.73 amount of time waiting, right? Which is in this case equal to roughly 1 over 3/4, which is equal to 4/3, which is equal to 1.33 seconds, right? And 1 over 1.13 is equal to 1 over just like 13. That's like almost like eighths. 1.125 is an eighth. It's like 1/1/8. So we can say this is about 9/8, right? Which is equal to what is it? 8 over 9, which is equal to 0.8888, etc. seconds, right? Which means that the difference here is roughly 0.4 seconds, and then a little bit, like 0.44 or something like that, or 0.45. So that's roughly 0.45 seconds gained on every single auto, per auto. Right? 0.45 seconds. So let's say you get 5 autos out of this. So 5 times 0.45 is equal to, 2.25 seconds gained with 1 E, right? So every time you use E, it's roughly, right? Equal to, what is it? Let's say, what is a quarter of 8? That's about 2, right? So 16.6. That's about 18.6, right? Let's say 18.5 gold. That is about 1 caster, right? So whenever you fuck up 2 seconds, it's about 1 caster. Whenever you fuck up roughly, 10 seconds is equal to 1 gromp, or 1 late game cannon. And if you waste, let's say you waste 50 seconds, or 55, whatever. 50 seconds is about 1 Doran's blade, whatever, doesn't matter, right? Alright, so now we have that in mind, we can start actually doing stuff. This is just a little bit of theory, and let's finish up our theory as much as possible in one go here. So also, what you want to figure out is, like, the blue has an attack speed, as I just mentioned, and you have an attack speed, and what we established is that you want to auto attack and then into E, right? And then the blue will auto attack in response. And then you, while you auto attack E, you don't move all the way out. You have an attack range, and you make sure that after you E, you're over here. Make sure you move towards your attack range, the end of your attack range. Alright, so what happens then is that after you auto E, and then you move back and you auto, right? Then I will show you what happens in my version of events. Let me show this. So, there we go. Give myself some more views. So as you can see, soon, TM. See that? So you auto E, auto E, auto, and then you walk backwards and then auto twice. And then you walk backwards. Walk backwards, auto, walk backwards. Right, and every single time it just autos you once. And then auto, walk backwards, right? And this is just what you do until you end, right? Just repeat this process. Alright, so that is the theory behind the blue buff clear. Let me see you in a minute and explain some more stuff.